Hey, good evening, everybody. I know I'm just like a minute early here, but here in Minnesota, a sunny day today. Just going to wait for a few people to get on, for the notice to come through, and people can get on. So somebody's here. Welcome, welcome. Thank you for coming. So I'm kind of wiggling around getting situated here yet. So I'm anxious to see who's here first. Well, hello, Duncan. How are you tonight, Brenda? So how it was Missouri sunny today? And the bigger question is, what did you do over the weekend? And how was your week last week? Were you affected by the snowstorm at all? The one that stretched, a few times. Yeah, I hear you. The one that stretched from Canada all the way to, what was it, Colorado, and then headed west. So I was just wondering if you got anything from that. Any rain or ice, sleet, snow, maybe? I don't know. The snow missed you? Okay, good. Oh, that's good. Yeah, I did get some snow. If you happened to see my video yesterday. So, yeah, I did get some. Let's see if I can. You guys always see my music stand back there. And yeah, I haven't had time. This is not a room that I use that often, even though it's my den. I end up working in various other areas. And so things kind of just stay put a little bit. So we have somebody else online here too. So welcome to my live show from Minnesota. Oh, well, you dodged a bullet there, Brenda. You really did. So that's good. That is good. In fact, we didn't get nearly as what they were forecasting either. They were saying, we could possibly get up to 2 feet. Well, I know in North Dakota and Manitoba, they got walloped there. I don't know what the final totals were, but it sat right over them for like 3 days, and if not longer. So, hey, Drifty VG, hello. So you must be back home then if you're from Rhode Island tonight. So you seem to kind of shift around. So, oh, were you at HOA, Brenda? Did you go there? Hey, Julie, hello. Thank you for coming. All the way from California. So Julie, tell us, give us the scoop. Were you without electricity this last week? So first of all, I think that is the craziest solution that they could even come up with. So we'll get more into that and everything, of course, but you know what, Brenda, it looked like it was so much fun. So much fun. And that's kind of what we're going to just be talking about tonight. I had another subject picked out, but it was like, everybody, knows about HOA, and a lot of you were there, and is like, let's just talk about that and find out what was going on. So what did you do? How long were you there? Did you get in Thursday or Friday? Did you camp? Who did you meet? What were like your favorite talks or something like that? So love to find out from you guys. So Julie says, no, you were not out without electricity with the town. Okay. So what is your take, Julie, on the fact that they think that turning off the electricity is going to keep the fire risk down? I mean, people are going to start lighting fires to stay warm or to cook food. And it's like there's a lot of people that don't have any common sense, but they're hungry. It's like we need to eat food. They don't want to settle for a peanut butter sandwich. So it's like, let's let's have a campfire and make coffee over it or something like that. So I don't know. So you left Wednesday and you got there late Thursday. How far was it for you, Brendan? In miles and in time? Well, obviously it was a day and a half at least for you to get there. Did you stay overnight somewhere then too? Hey, Bill down the Rock Homestead. Hello. Thank you for coming. So, Kiri, did you happen to go to HOA at all? Just wondering. Brenda did, Duncan 1900. Julie, you're all the way from California. I know there were some people from California that went, but didn't know if you were there. So here in Texas, yeah, it's just not a good time for me to be spending any money going anywhere right now. So just getting my car fixed and okay. Hey, Paul. Hi. HOA is the Homesteaders of America conference. It's like the homestead event of all homestead events, and it was out in Virginia, in Front Royal, Virginia, which is kind of in the little peak part of Virginia. And they said there were 5,000 people, I think, there. And they had tons of speakers, and then all the YouTubers were out there, and Rory Feek was there, and all kinds of other things going on, and lots of demonstrations, lots of vendors, lots of food, lots of talk, just communicating in the community, visiting with everybody else. So from what I've seen, from what everybody's put up on there, and then watching it through the live stream that Two Family Homestead put up, it was just like, oh, so cool. So I tried to bounce on that once in a while, and I caught Morgan at Goldshaw Farm, and actually caught Doug from Doug and Stacy. He was up there off-grid with Doug and Stacy. So there were a few people that popped in on that, and so it was kind of fun. Got to see part of it, obviously not any of the talks and not everybody that was there, but it was still kind of fun to see what was going on. So Brenda said you stayed at the Red Duchess Farm. Cool. Wednesday, and then you went down and picked up Teresa from Stringfield Ridge. Very cool. Yes, Paul, it would be good. You know what? I know that 180 degrees from average, Ethan and Sarah are towards the cities, but they're building a house right now or remodeling a house, and they're just so swamped. But they have mentioned in the past that they would love to be able to have an event in Minnesota. The closest one, other than that, for us, there's Michigan, and then Missouri. Michigan's in July, Missouri's in, I want to say May, I think. There's actually 2 or 3 of them in Missouri, so they're throughout the summer, but it's still, minimum 750 miles for us to get anywhere to. And then there's one out in Idaho and Montana, and so we don't really have anything right up close by here, and so it'd be kind of fun. There's a lot of homesteaders in Minnesota. It'd be kind of nice to get something going. So, oh, Kiri, I know. Apples are wonderful, and the product is wonderful when it's all done. But I tell you what, it is a chore to go through them, especially if they're small or they have a lot of blemishes and stuff that you have to cut through and everything. So. But thank you for listening. I really appreciate that. So Julie, politics, figures, the wins that we have at this time every year. Yep, I know the Santa Anas. Okay. Yeah, and I know they're bad, and I know their fires going and all that kind of stuff. It's just didn't make sense to me at all that turning off the power would prevent it. So I don't know. So California's already tried to buy PG. I don't know what PG is, and eat out and take over electricity in California, but PG and E dug their heels in and said, no, if the state ever took away electricity, it would be bad. Yes, it would be. That must be your power electricity system there, PG. Yeah, Paul, wouldn't that be neat? So you went up to the meetup out in Hayward. Oh, okay. I didn't know they had one in Wisconsin out there. Oh, see now that would be a decent drive out there because I think that's like 5 hours for me or something, 5, 6 hours to their place. So that would be kind of nice. Hey, making lemonade from lemons. Hello, how are you doing tonight? Shayla. Shayla, what state are you in? I don't have you down here, so. So we are just kind of focusing on, like the subject of this, where were you this weekend during HOA? So, oh, you're in North Carolina. Did you go to HOA? Were you able to get there? Because I know it's not that far. Well, it depends on where in North Carolina you are, but you're within just a few hours from there. So, yeah, Paul, that's not too bad to get to mid-Wisconsin. So that's no. You did? Oh, well, tell us about it. I want to find out more. I mean, Hollers put up a thing and put up a video this evening, and a couple others were able to get some videos going. I watched the live stream with Two Family Homestead, and so been able to kind of get little bits and pieces of it. But I want to hear from you guys. Like, what was your favorite part? Who did you get to meet? Was it worth it? Would you go again next year? You already said it was great. Meg Holler was saying that somebody told her, it's like, sell a body part, do something, just make sure you get there. I'm like, whoa. So anyway, so Pacific Gas and Electric. Okay, thanks. Oh, I know. It's just like, and what's so cool is like so many of these big YouTubers were so accessible. Even sitting down at the live stream that Two Family had, it was like, Doug from Off Grid, Doug and Stacy was sitting down and just chatting out with people, and so it was like, oh. So Julie, do you know if you can apple slices and apple cider? Absolutely, you can. Apple slices, make sure you put them in a not just plain water, but something with either like a little bit of a sugar water or a lemon water, something like that. Or use like Fruit Fresh, something like that, to make sure that the apples don't darken and things like that. But yeah, you can have the apple slices. You can actually make it into, if you do apple pies and things, you can make a full apple pie filling. What's her name? From Pine Nut Family Farm, just put out a video this weekend on doing an Amish apple pie filling, and she did a video on that. So you could check her out, Pine Nut Family Farm. So it's Pine and then KNOT. So she did it, the pie filling, but apple cider, absolutely. You just have to check your the ball book or whatever guide you have for how long, but it really doesn't take very long. I used to, when my girls were little, we would get together with a lot of other homeschooling families, and a couple times there were a number of farms that would just donate like all their apples and everything to all the families, and one family would have this old apple cider press, and we would just get everybody going. People would be peeling or cutting up and, coring and, cutting out bad spots and that kind of stuff. Other people would be grinding it. Other people would be dumping it. And so I would come home with like 10 gallons of apple juice, and then just can that up. And we just have the apple juice all winter long. It was so wonderful. But it's like, that's really a great way to do it. Another good way is if you're able to get like a steamer. a juicer, a steam juicer, and so you can put like all your fruit in there, and it will, through the steaming process, it brings out all the juice, and just get regular apple juice. So much better. Don't put it through like a centrifugal juicer like you would other vegetables and stuff just to get a juice, because it will just foam up and then you'll just have lots of foam. But yes, you can all of that. It's wonderful to have. Hey, Mari, how are you doing? Thank you for coming. Julie, also, you can take the cores and the peels and you can make apple cider vinegar from those. You can also cook them down, make some apple butter. There's a bunch of different things you can get from that. So, okay, so let's find out. So we have Shayla met Big Bear and Robin. Okay, Jason and Robin, Rose, Cosmopolitan Cornbread. I'm not familiar with them. Daddy Curb, Fit Farmer, Sow the Land, The Hollers, VW Family Farms, The Stivers, Jess and Maya, Max Family Host. Oh, all of them. Oh, so great. So good. Were you able to actually have like conversations with them, or just like say hi, shake their hand and then move on or something? But I mean, I know the Stivers are very conversational and everything. They're wonderful. And so are Jess and Maya. And Max too. They love to just chat with people. I think pretty much everybody. They're friendly, they're good, and that's one of the things that has helped them be successful on YouTube too, is that they're very personable and friendly and everything. So hello, Brett and Cindy. Hello, thank you so much for coming. Tennessee Gardener. I would imagine you're from Tennessee then, and that you are Brett and Cindy. So, okay. Yeah, you probably couldn't get into anything really long, Shayla, because there's so many people. I heard that there was like this huge long line just waiting to meet like Jess and Maya and stuff. So Julie, you have a ton of apples. You have some awesome Yates apple cider from Michigan. You're going to be like Forrest Gump canning apples instead of shrimp. I did not know Forrest Gump canned shrimp. That's cool. I hear you, Shayla. It's just to be considerate of other people who are there too. So yeah, it's. I hear you. Oh yeah, Julie. Oh my goodness, there's so many things that you can make. Apple jelly. You can make. There's a ton of things depending on what your food needs are. And if you can do sugar and stuff like that, there's a ton of things you can do with that. So yeah, look through either online or if you have any canning books or anything like that, check them out to see what the recipes are. So yeah, apple butter. Apple butter is very good. So happy Thanksgiving, Alicia. I just heard that earlier today, probably like an hour ago or something, that it was your Canadian Thanksgiving. So it sounds like you're celebrating, or you have been celebrating. I don't know a lot about your Thanksgiving. Obviously, I didn't know that it was today, but I also don't really know the history behind it. If it's similar to ours, where people came over to Canada from the country and, had a Thanksgiving like our history is, I'm not sure. So I'd love for you to enlighten us. That would be great. So Shayla says your boys loved it too, and they are pre-teenagers. I know, isn't that amazing? It's like, you think that this is a place just for adults to hang out and to learn and to, fan each other and all this kind of stuff. But it's not. The kids have the greatest time too, because they're finding out that there are other kids that are living the same kind of life and going through the same things. And they have, pet goats, and they have their favorite cat or whatever it is like that. And so they have all these things that are just so in common. And I think that's great. And the kids feel like they're normal then. So, oh yes, pie, apple pie, definitely. But yeah, like I said, the apple pie filling. Um, I want to say it's Jen at Pine Nut Family Farm, but I can't remember. So I'll just Pine Nut Family Farm. So that's the family. If you're not subscribed to them, check them out. She just did a video this weekend on apple pie filling, so that'd be great. So Alicia, your tomato plants you brought in are doing better now. Oh, good, nice. That would be so neat if they actually fruit inside. You'll have to keep us posted and keep letting me know. Part-time permies, yeah. Cindy is being. Oh my goodness. Okay, I did not know she was due at this point in time. I know she was pregnant during our Michigan hoot nanny, but okay. Thank you for letting us know. We'll keep her in prayers definitely, because inducing is not always just a super easy thing. I know I had to go through that. So you're welcome. So hello, Pete's Little Homestead. How are you doing? Thank you for coming. Oh, Paul, you're trying to figure out why people want goats, right? Oh, well, I would think the first thing would be for milk, and then being able to eat down the pasture land, as well as fertilizing it at the same time. Also, without getting really kind of gross and everything, I know that goat poop is dry. It's not wet like cow manure and different things like that. And so it can go into the compost or into your garden beds immediately and fertilize everything. So I know that those are a couple of the advantages. If that helps you at all, Paul. So Brenda, you still need to bring in your lemongrass and gather a lot of herbs. Yeah. I'm glad I got my stuff in when I did, because we've had a number of frosts and, of course, all the snow that we had that pretty much did everything in. So anyway, so Brenda is just coming down from being at HOA. So do you need to have water with it? I mean, like water the goats or water the goat poop? No, you don't have to water their manure. It just goes right into everything. So it's just kind of the nature of what they do. Hello, TNS Dogs and Dragonflies Farm. I know I wrote you down. Except that I did. Yes, they do. Shelly from California. Hello. I get a lot of California people. That's fun. It helps me to know what's going on out there. So yeah, Brenda, it's a long travel, I know. And see, for me to get out there, I would need to fly. It is a long drive. It would be, I know it's 1,200 miles, I think, 11 or 1,200 miles to Frankfort, Kentucky. To I think it was 1,200 to Stivers, and because my car repair and everything, I'm not going to be able to go. I was so sad. I wanted to so badly, but getting hit with that double deductible just did me in. So it was like, I cannot justify getting out there. But anyway, to HOA, yes, it would be probably 1,700 miles for me, something like that. And so that would be like a 3-day drive easily out there. And so it would be better for me to fly and something like that, because you think of, then I would need an extra at least 4 nights of hotel just on the road, and then wherever I'd stay out there. So that would not be cost effective at all. So hello, Mary Brown. Thank you so much. If you have anything to add to it, that would be so wonderful. Um, uh, White Hollow Acres was Whitetail Hollow Acres was wondering why it's so important. So if you have anything to add to that, that'd be so great. So so Julie, there was a cold front that came through, and your garden got hot. Isn't that quite following that? Unless it's our cold front and you guys got the heat from that. Is that what you're talking about? So, um, so Curie says that she loves her goats, loves goat milk, goat poop is cold fertilizer. Okay, so that's what it means. That it's not hot. Goat meat is the most popular meat in the world. Oh, so you have meat goats then too. They eat brush and vegetation other livestock won't eat. Goats have personality. That I have heard. Oh, but yeah, goat's milk. I mean, there's so many things you can make from goat's milk. All the typical dairy products, as well as soap and lotions and things like that. And goat's milk is supposed to be very, very good for that. Also, for people who are lactose intolerant, for dairy cows, a lot of them are able to tolerate goat's milk too. So I know that that's a big thing too. Alicia, yeah, goat meat. I had goat meat when I was in college. I took a trip, and we were in Greece actually, and that's what they served there. And it was rather rich and of course very greasy the way they fixed it. But it was it's the only time I've eaten goat. So Mari, I know how you feel. I would love to go to these gatherings. I know it's, we're so far away. It's hard to get to them. Those who are in like Brandon, Missouri, and then Arkansas, Kentucky, Tennessee, right in that middle core area. It's easier for them to get to all these others. And I mean, it's still a drive. Don't get me wrong, but it's not 1,700 miles. So you got a freeze 2 weeks ago. It wasn't supposed to frost. Now I'm trying to. Are you in Northern California then? I wasn't. Or are you in Southern California? Yeah, Paul, kind of just give me a steak. And that would be. So goat poo is a lot like rabbit poo. Be put right on the garden. Okay. I wasn't sure about rabbit, but I thought it was too. Yeah, it's like immediate fertilizer. It doesn't have to compost for a year or anything like that. So goat's milk soap base. Curry goat in Jamaica. Ooh. Wow. Okay, so you're in Central California. Okay. Yeah, Montana got hit. And yeah, North Dakota, a lot of South Dakota, and then into Manitoba, almost the whole province of Manitoba. The storm system just sat right over them. And the reason it didn't move and it just sat there and kept going and going and going. And I was like on the bottom rim of it or something like that. So we only got, it snowed constantly for like 48 hours, but we were just right on the verge of freezing. So the ground was still warm enough where it was mostly melting when it went down. During the heavy parts of the snow, things piled up a little bit, like in my garden beds on trees and plants and things like that, and rooftops. But where was I going with this? Listen, everything went. That happens sometimes, that over whatever age thing goes on. So no, anyway, what was preventing the system from moving on was that there was a really powerful nor'easter off of the coast of Massachusetts, and it was just sitting there and not allowing anything else to move in the northern tier of the weather patterns and stuff. So that's why we just sat and we just kind of spun. And you got, if anybody knows how much snow North Dakota and Manitoba got, I mean, they had to have gotten 3 or 4 feet of snow. It just kept going and going and going. So Paul says, oh, goat jerky. Okay, that would be okay. Oh, okay. There's state of emergency in Manitoba. Oh, that I can believe. I mean, it was really bad, and half of North Dakota was covered too. But yeah, Manitoba got it really bad. Hey, Donald, how are you? Thank you for coming. We really didn't get much rain, Paul. We got sometimes there was a mix of rain, snow, or sleet or something, but otherwise it was mostly snow just coming down. Sometimes it was really heavy, really big flakes. Other times it was just kind of misty snow, kind of in that way. But it kept going. So, Pete, you're still getting strawberries? That's great. Oh. Oh, there's still a lot of people without power in Manitoba. Oh, yes, we'll definitely pray for them. Thank you for letting us know. We never hear about that because it's so remote up there. And I mean, other than Winnipeg, there's a lot of other cities there that we just don't even have any idea. And it's hard to get the plows out and the services out to all those little towns in those remote areas. Hey, Stringfield Ridge Farm, hello. So they got 3 feet of snow in North Dakota. Okay. I'm thinking Devil's Lake, isn't that right around just the central part? Or is it a little bit north central in North Dakota? Stringfield Ridge, were you at HOA? Peatsville Homestead, were you at HOA? I'm going to find out. Anybody else? Donald, were you at HOA? Mary, were you at HOA? Oh, the Adaptive Maritimer. Hi, I'm sorry I didn't get to see you there. So hello, thank you for coming. Did anybody else make it to HOA? Well, hello, Dave. You're always late. That's okay. Now, if you had to have dinner with, Monique's cooking, hey, I totally understand. So, Mara, you have not seen snow. Oh, you know what? You're just going to have to come and stay here for a few days in the middle of winter, and then you can get your fill. You're welcome to come anytime. So, Dave, is that because you haven't had dinner yet, or because you don't want everybody to know what a great cook she is? So you'll mail her some snow. Have you gotten snow yet? It didn't look like it on your videos, but didn't know if you got anything out of all this stuff. Hey, Max, happy homestead. Hello. We've been talking about who was at HOA, and tell us all about it. So you're welcome, Mari. Would love to know. Oh, gee, I was like, you've got so many things to do, right, Dave? So Stringfield, okay, that's right. Brenda did say that she stopped by and picked you up. That's right. You guys, tell me what you loved about it. Kind of what was your favorite thing, what you took away from it, what you learned, what plans you're making to be there for next year. So your favorite thing was Jason at Sow the Land. Why was it your favorite thing? I would love to know. So, yeah. Mari, where do you live again? Since you have not seen any snow. So you must be able to. If you never see any snow, you probably don't freeze. And so you're probably able to grow all year round, isn't it? So he was very inspirational. Okay, you cried. Oh, he's got a powerful story. He really does. And why he does what he does, and the importance of the nutrition that's coming from the garden. I think if all of us could just be infused with his passion for that, and a few of these others, their passion for the food that comes out of our gardens, and we would just be like doing everything all the time. So so it was amazing. You were watching the chicken butchering and processing with Jill Salatin, who's posted the video. Okay. Yeah, after he's done hundreds of thousands of chickens or something at this point. So I'm sure you're right, Dave. See a speaker who touches you. Yep. It's that is so great. I did have an opportunity to go and hear somebody that was about a half hour away from me this weekend, but the weather was not good, and I was feeling a little bit under the weather. So all the weather stuff. So anyway, I wasn't able to get to hear the person. It was a woman that came from Africa, actually, to give her testimony. So that would have been so cool. It just didn't work out. So the encouragement from the speakers was awesome too, just being able to hear them. Oh yeah. So they're not just a face on your computer or on your TV or whatever. They're actually real people. And that's where YouTube has bridged that gap, I think. It has transcended the whole TV actor network type of thing that, okay, it's really not real situations. It's all, even reality TV is all set up and and all that kind of stuff. Whereas YouTube has really, South Florida. Okay, YouTube has put real people right into your home, into your living room, into your kitchen, into into your life. And I think that's so great. And then we have the opportunity to be able to meet people. And I know it was, when I went to the Hootenanny, it was just so great, even though it was a long drive and it was strenuous and it was just for, like 6 or 8 hours or something. And it was still so wonderful to get to meet everybody, like the Max Happy Homestead. And I got to meet Stivers and Grammy Karen and Pratt families, and so many people that were there. It was just really, really fun. You're right, Paul. Yeah, you can only really watch so much. I sub to a number of people, and the ones I get notifications on, they'll pop up, and other times they just just not able to see everything, so I kind of have to pick and choose, and I think everybody else has to kind of do that too. So Julie, is anyone else entering the VW Family Farm Watermelon Contest? Is that for growing a watermelon? I'm way past that. I don't have a long enough growing season to really get melons here. So Brenda, for you, the most awesome part is getting to meet everyone and talk. Yeah. And Dave, yeah, YouTube is great because you can find exactly what you want, not what others think you want. That is true. That is very true. Absolutely. I like that. It's like you're creating your own custom network channel to be able to see your own entertainment and what you want. Yes, that's a good advice, Stringfield Farm. His story and why he moved and how he moved. So, just remembered, free to go to the Devil's Sinkhole tonight. I'd go if I thought I could film it, but my phone just isn't good enough to catch the bats. All right, Kiri. Well, you have a good time. So I don't know that I want to go to the devil's sinkhole, but you have a good time. Well, hello, Gil. Thank you so much for coming. Greetings to you in Idaho. Did you make it unscathed from the storm that came through this last week? Julie, showing your dead vines and all. Yeah, I know there's not much to see out in my garden anymore. It's raised beds and dirt and wood chips and my comfrey plant yet that I have to chop down. But, if is anybody able to, thanks, Paul. Hello, Walterman Homestead. Thank you for coming. Hello, Bev. Thanks. YouTube has given you something to watch besides garbage on TV. Exactly. It's I think it enhances our lives more than anything, rather than sucking a life out of us. I think it's doing much better with that. Okay, Gil, yeah, our snow's all gone too at this point, so it's been above freezing today. So all these watermelon videos, oh, that'd be great. I'm sure that there are probably what do you call it, short-term, like an early watermelon that I could get like a 90-day or less growing watermelon. Probably the smaller ones. I don't know that I can get really big ones, just because we don't have a long enough growing season for that. But thank you, Max. Appreciate it. So, what else was I going to say? Oh, yes, my garden. So, did any of you guys get to see my last video that I did yesterday that showed my new beds in my garden? So I'm working on editing my video for how I built them. So anyway, yes, I've added to my garden. So I have some new babies out there. Planted fall and winter garden yet? No, I don't know, Max, if you're asking me or not, but if you are, we do not have winter garden, and my fall garden is just clearing everything out. So we have basically 90 days of growing season. Then we have about another 30 days of just maturing and ripening, and then everything has to come out because then we have first frost. And after that, winter can come early and be done. So there's really nothing else that can grow. Now I could get, if I had the space and everything and work my beds around and everything, I could do like a second crop of like green beans or something. But generally the beds that I have going, the green beans are the first things out. And by the time that those are done, like the beginning of August, I don't have enough time to get a whole nother planting of those in there. So anyway, yeah, there's really no fall gardening here. Now I could do probably like at the end of August, we could put in, radishes, maybe some lettuce and things like that. There again, they would only have about 30 days to be able to grow and harvest out of there. And by then, though, I'm canning like crazy and just trying to clean up the garden as I'm going, so that when winter hits, like I did last week, I don't have nearly as much to try to do out there and to save out there, that certain things can already be done and taken care of, and it's not quite as crazy, because it usually takes me a couple weeks to prep everything outside for winter, and I was trying to get everything done in 2 days, and it was tough. It was really, um, I ended up catching a cold from just running myself ragged with that. But so Julie said, you almost gave up because of the way the feast made your garden look. Oh, you decided to go ahead and do it. You have a big one out there. Oh, you're talking about the watermelon then, huh? Bye, Paul. Thank you so much. Yeah, that would be so great. And we'll try to, Paul, if you're still around, we'll try to keep you informed of other things going on too. So, yep, YouTube is great. Yeah, Shelly, so you started your own channel to share things that you know. Yep. You're full of useless information. I doubt it, but you know what? It's even though we might not know as much, you know, we just know a little bit enough to make it dangerous or something. Um, it's what you do in your state in life, in your area, with your soil, with your you know, the things that you have available to you, and somebody else out there might be in that same situation. Not everybody is, obviously, so but well, Brett and Cindy, I'm glad you got one great big melon. That's good. You're welcome, Bev. Thank you so much. Yeah, the winter, and I was just calling around today for some organic straw. So there's somebody that I think I can get some from to cover them this year. I want to wait until we're definitely freezing and have that all done so that I'm not getting, so it's not warming up enough and I'm not getting mice nesting under there or snakes making their bed under there and stuff like that. So just want to wait till all of that is done. So the only thing that you're planting, Gil, is concrete walkways. Oh, yes. Oh, a high tunnel. Nice. You know, that definitely extends the season for people. If they have a high tunnel or a greenhouse or something, you can get in there early, you know, starting in April or something in the north here. And like you said, go into the fall, probably through November at least, you know, depending on the year. So that definitely extends it out. That's wonderful. Thank you, Julie. Thank you. It's getting very bare right now, so I'm hoping that there's still some things that I can share with you guys out there about. Oh, some of the things I want to do is like all the different forms of garden beds that I've done, all the different kinds of gardening I've had out there. You know, what has worked for me in this soil. All the different things like that. So I'm hoping that I can get some of that out there, even though I don't have like gorgeous plants to show and look at or anything. So yes, Alicia, there's so many good friends and community through this. Hello, Loma Acres. You were in booth 129 at HOA. Awesome. Oh, that's so great. Yes, we're kind of sharing for those people who were able to go, or if you were at home and watching on the live stream, or you have no clue that this is going on. We're just kind of sharing what was appealing to it, you know, about that kind of thing. So, so you had a booth there. What were you doing with your booth? I mean, what were you promoting or selling? And then tell me, like, what your favorite parts of the conference was. And Loma Acres, where did you come from? I mean, I know I've seen one of your videos, or at least recently, and I just don't remember, you know, where everybody's from. But hello, Lou. Thank you for coming. Pete, that's great. They're so nice. Entry videos and your videos way down in the listing. Okay. Thank you, Max. Appreciate it. So are you home now? Did you make it home already from Saturday night. And how far was that for you? Because that had to have been a good drive. I mean, not as far as Michigan, but it still had to have been a good drive. And did you use your camper? So Loma Acres, you did goat's milk and honey soaps. Ooh, honey soap and lotions. You came from Dayton, Ohio. That was still a drive, wasn't it? All right. Thanks, Kiri. Thank you for being here. Appreciate it so much. Where is that coming from, Dave? Did I miss something in here? So, okay, you watched the live stream. Loma Acres, your favorite part was the community. Like-mindedness, yes. Absolutely. I'm hearing that like over and over again. So 8-hour drive. Okay. It's long, but it's not too terribly bad. So that's good. Oh, that's so great. Well, it was just Loma Acres. Do you know how many vendors were out there? I mean, you were number 129. So does that mean that there were 129 booths, or was that there were like started at 100 and then 101, 102, that type of thing? So, oh. All right, Dave. Yep, different viewpoints. Absolutely. I got the connection there now. So Julie, like the herb beds that I have, need to build some like it. Okay. Well, thank you. I will. I'll try to explain that a little bit in what I was doing. So Walterman, you said that Loma Acres aren't far from you. Okay. Too busy to attend any of the classes. I hear you. Oh, wow. Just people visiting with you and everybody there. So, yeah, that is kind of tough. When you want to take in everything at a conference like that, and there's so much. I know, like, Hollers and Jess and Maya, and some of those, they were like, they're so busy just visiting with people that they didn't even get to hear any of the talks other than the ones that they were part of. And so, but it was still connecting with everybody that they know around there, and new people that they met who've been following them and different things like that. So, so Walterman, you're from Cincinnati. Well, thank you so much. And did you say you made it there? Did you get there? Oh, that'd be so great. Cincinnati. I'm just making a note here. I'm going to have 2 pages of names and everything here soon. So you did not take old Bessie, the RV. It was having some generator issues. Okay. So you're from Indiana. Oh, okay. Okay. So like 50 vendors, that's when they're each good sized booths, that's quite a bit. I think that's great. Bandana Grandma's, yes, I remember seeing her on the live stream. Oh, good. Oh, I'm so glad. Because she comes a long way to, well, it wouldn't have been that long for her because she's in like Maryland, I think. So that's just over the border for her on that one, but that was good. I know, really think, when I found that out, I was just like, oh, are you kidding me? Now, if you guys, I don't know if you've seen any of his videos. I was watching a few of them this weekend when I found out he was there. And I mean, I heard their story. I wasn't like, an avid follower or anything, but I was a couple years ago before Joanna died. No, not Joanna. Before, I get the wrong word. What's Rory's wife's name? I can't remember. Anyway, Before she died, I was watching a few of the things there and everything. But anyway, uh, their little daughter, she wanted to homeschool her, and so Rory ended up building a whole schoolhouse and a schoolyard and everything for her, so that he could still have her on the farm. So he's like this like major homesteading right there at his home in his farm. And it's just like so cool. Joey, yes, thank you. I'm so sorry. Yes, Rory Feek was there, and so it was so cool. Hey, Memsy, how are you doing? Doesn't help me when I close my eyes to think, does it? And I miss your names. Oh, cool. Stringfield Ridge Farm. That's so great. Got a picture of Rory holding his daughter there. Oh, that is so cool. Well, Max, thank you so much. Yeah, I'm going to be off in a couple of minutes here anyway, because Stivers will be coming on in 5 minutes, and I want to make sure everybody can get to them. And then Freedom Homestead is on after them, so it's like a whole Monday night special, and I'm leading the pack, right? So me and the Stivers and Freedom Homestead. There are also others on right now. I know Sutton's Days is going on. A lot of times Big Family Homestead comes on after me. So there's a number of channels doing their lives. But, oh, you got to talk to him about his school. I know, it's just so amazing. He had a whole video on it. And I mean, the teachers and the classroom, and there's even, I know there's one other little boy there that was Down syndrome too, and they had him in there, so it was just so cool. Bandana Grandma, hello! Thank you for coming. And Rainbow 505, hi. Bandana Grandma, I just heard that you did really, really well this weekend, and I am so happy for you. I really am. So, oh yeah, Two Family Homestead is on tonight too. Yep. There's a lot of them. And there's Freedom Homestead. I was just talking about you. So you're on in another hour. So there will be announcements about Ohio Homesteaders get together. It's cool. Very good. Well, you have a pretty big state, and you have a lot of homesteading families out there. So trying to get people within your area is a really great idea. So thanks, Alicia. That was so great. Bandana Grandma, I'm so glad you had so much fun. Oh, that is so wonderful. I was telling them earlier, for me to drive out there, it's probably about 1,700 miles, something like that, maybe 15 to 1,700 miles. So I would have to fly, and it was just not in the budget to do that at this point. So I would have loved to have been out there and see all you guys again, but it was, yeah, it is a crazy long trip to drive. It is. Well, and the drive that we took to Michigan too, that was a long one for everybody here, but it was so fun to meet everybody. Yes, I didn't think you had that far to go. So that's awesome. I have so many mods here. You guys are the greatest. I want to thank you so much for showing up. And I mean, look at all my blue wrenches out there. You guys are wonderful. Thank you for all your work, and thank you for being here and supporting me. I really do appreciate it so much. I know, Max. So, Max, happy homestead. Did you end up just taking a car then, or van, whatever you have, and then just staying somewhere? So, yeah, maybe next year I could do it. So that would be so great. Oh, the mods are moderating mods. Oh, so yep. We had our long trip when we drove 1,200 miles to Deep South. Oh, wow. That is long, yes. I used to live in Louisiana, and so my family was in Minnesota. And so I made that trip quite a few times, and it was over 1,500 miles from door to door. And it was a long, long trip. we often would go straight through, so it was 24 hours of driving. And by the time you're down to the last 2 or 3 hours, it's like you're driving 20 minutes and then you have to change out with another driver. And it's like, because you're falling asleep. And it just, and it's really not that safe. But I definitely only go 500 or 600 miles now and then stop. So anyway, you guys, it's the top of the hour and my time is up because I want you to be able to get over to the other channels. And thank you so much for coming. I love you all, and I can't wait to be able to see everybody again. And a lot of you for the very first time. So you guys take care and just enjoy your week. Have a great week, and love you all. Thank you so much for coming. All right, good night.